Have you researched that information?
We saw a lot of kids that just took a photo of a video game character and used that to pass the age checks.
So fun. Let's keep going down this.
Yes, I'm fully aware that Critical already did a video talking about the Roblox situation. There are more details, but why do I even bother? It's the equivalent of There Will Be Blood, I Drink Your Milkshake.
I drink it up!
Now, can you believe it's been a whole 3 months since I've milked any kind of Roblox-related drama? The last time I did it, the lighting was so horrible, I basically looked like the main character from Total Chaos.
Further tests confirm it. Stage 3B, lung cancer.
Look at that lighting. Dude, now I get why, like, all female streamers, like Pokemon and stuff, have a ring light. Oh my god. Also, nice blood mustache there. Like, pushing 30, doesn't know how to shave. I did actually invest in a ring light. Here's it, pull up to the max. I look like I'm witnessing a nuclear explosion right now. And then I can make it oh, no, that's too pale. No. Turn that down, turn that down. The only thing I need to work on next is the background. I know it's a little bit drab. Some people actually confuse the red pillows on my couch with the shoe. Now, Roblox needs no introduction. It's got amazing games like Five Nights at Freddy's Clone 1, Five Nights at Freddy's Clone 2. One of my personal favorite games, Jim's Computer, which perfectly simulates every A24 horror film because absolutely nothing happens until the last 5 seconds.
Reload.
Now, the reason why Roblox is in so much trouble at the minute is because, surprisingly, of its CEO. Now, for context, 40% of the Roblox fan base are under 13. That's why whenever you go to some kind of family restaurant, you'll see like a parent or a grandparent eating their meal, not talking to their child while they're just on the iPad, probably playing Roblox with TikTok in the corner so they can scroll and ruin their dopamine receptors even more. You know, when you say the phrase going online, if you say that's really cringe, but to millions of kids, that means Roblox. And again, Roblox is so successful, so many other companies are trying to emulate it, like Fortnite, for example. I still remember the original Fortnite trailer, and this is old head lore, by the way. Some of you youngins might not understand, but the original concept of Fortnite was basically collecting resources during the day, building a base, and then at night, monsters or zombies would come and attack it. Also, look at that logo. Absolute trash. That's not brand friendly. That's not minimalistic like the new Fortnite logo. But now Fortnite has expanded itself where you can make your own games and it's free to play, pretty much exactly the same as Roblox. I think at this point, the only reason why Roblox is more successful is solely because it can run on a potato. Now, Roblox came out decades ago, 2004. Even I was a kid in 2004. That's the same year where you had films like Man on Fire. Very good film, by the way. Please watch it. And The Machinist, where Christian Bale emulates every single Discord femboy. Now, despite Roblox making billions every single year, having thousands of employees, there's always been a problem. Child safety failures. Every week, it seems that there's news articles or YouTube videos talking about how kids in Roblox just aren't safe. But the player base is still insanely huge, mostly because those children are blissfully unaware, probably playing, I don't know, Grow a Garden or something.
I look like I've been farming for 100 years. I look like I've been...
Now, Roblox, they're a good company, right? They heard your complaints. They understand we need to protect the kids. So they introduced a new age check rollout, and it has somehow made everything worse. Genuinely, without this system being implemented, I think Roblox would actually be a safer place. Now, recently, the CEO, David Baszucki, actually went onto a podcast of the Wall Street Journal. And there's a lot going on here. There's like 20 plus ongoing lawsuit claims. And this goes into a lot of details, like what reporters have said, and more importantly, Schlepp, who's been a Roblox YouTuber that has had his own issues with the platform for many, many years. I actually did live stream one of his videos recently, and he was even in chat communicating, just being, you know, one of the nicest creators out there. So in the interview, they don't let David slip away. They instantly say that Roblox, it's not this small social media app, but it's basically a massive ecosystem with unprecedented access to younger people.
Steal a Brainrot that broke a record for the largest number of concurrent players at 25.4 million. And there was one day when 47.3 million people were concurrently playing games on the platform.
Again, I made a meme about Grow a Garden earlier, but like that game, somehow, I don't understand what it is. It got tens of millions of concurrent players. I even remember like Queso playing it at some point. I mean, the fact that the platform got 47.3 million concurrent players in a single day, that's a lot of parents that would rather, instead of taking care of their child, watch Pluribus, which you should watch, by the way. There were even claims levied against Roblox that, like, were basically paying kids in Robux, which is like the in-game currency, to like try to entice them into inappropriate situations.
Often these same predators, Kevin, are paying children in Robux to, entice them into compromising positions.
And one thing I find amazing as well, there are channels like Schlep that I've talked about, right? And they've done these like predator stings where they meet up with the predator because they try to meet a child in real life, and then they get exposed for it. But more importantly, they actually get a conviction as well, because in many situations, you got publicly humiliated. I'm going to pull up stake on my phone. Can you bet on this phone and I'll let you go? Only joking. But then afterwards, there's like no conviction. I mean, the predator's life's ruined. They've been publicly humiliated, but there's no conviction. So again, it just feels like it was for content. But obviously, Schlep was someone who actually managed to get actual convictions under law, and that is a huge importance there. And the only reason that Schlep has done content like this as well in the past is because Roblox is doing nothing to stop situations like this happening. Their moderation system is terrible. I imagine the Roblox moderation team is basically just a fleet of Mr. Garrisons from South Park. Okay, you're trying to meet a 9-year-old girl. Okay, I'm gonna ban your account. Okay, you can make another one though. Okay. Now, it seems the CEO was not expecting this. He was probably thinking it'd be some softball interview like,
how much money do you make? Oh, 70 billion in the last 3 days.
But they're opening the interview immediately with some really hard-hitting questions. So when he's hit with a very serious claim like that, what does he do? Like any politician, he immediately sidesteps the question entirely.
How do you think of the problem of predators on Roblox?
We think of it not necessarily just as a problem, but an opportunity as well. How do we allow young people to build, communicate, and hang out together? How do we build the future of communication at the same time?
He sidesteps the question of if Roblox has a predator issue and then tries to reframe it as an opportunity. No. We don't have a predator problem. We have a predator opportunity. You'll notice this a lot, by the way, from CEOs and most politicians. They never answer a question directly. There's actually a really good video that goes into this from the channel Jay and Mark called Why Don't Politicians Answer Questions? But it basically boils down to the CEOs and politicians. The interviewer might know more than you do. And also, if you say something bluntly and forwardly, it could then in the future retroactively be used against you. So this is why so many like higher up people in companies or in government, they speak in a word soup way, because it's like, oh, if I say a bunch of like nothing, then it can be inferred anyway if it's used against me later. Now, David, the CEO, like every other tech billionaire, he loves AI. Call of Duty Black Ops 7, it loves AI. That's why all the player cards are like garbage Studio Ghibli AI as well. Everyone loves AI, and you will too. Don't worry. Just give it time. You will learn to love AI. So basically, he's saying how AI moderation is going to fix everything. This is like image scanning, text scanning, face scans. But then he doesn't actually say how they're going to, stop predators from moving, victims over to other platforms. Now, I will be honest here. I'm going to put on my little tinfoil hat. One of the main reasons I think the UK and other countries like Australia are implementing this like age verification, I think it's mostly due to Roblox. I think it is mostly due to the amount of outlandish reports that platform has had and how huge it is. And I think it's made the government think, okay, we need to do something now. Now, I'm not sure if anyone remembers that AI face verification stuff the UK put into law back in summer. And the AI software for the face scanning was so horrendous, someone actually used Sam Porter Bridges from Death Stranding, and it worked.
We saw a lot of kids that just took a photo of a video game character and used that to pass the age checks. How confident are you that your systems can avoid that kind of
I think we have a lot of opportunities opportunity here in that we already have other signals that are maybe not as reliable, but when combined are very reliable.
So David here is arguing that, in plain English anyway, that even if the face scan isn't enough, they have enough other points of verification, like text filtering. And that apparently in conjunction should be enough to rely on. Now, is this the case? No. Because if you took to Reddit, there was a post of someone... Okay, so you know how we use like Sam Porter Bridges and Death Stranding 2? It's got pretty good graphics, right? Like they look almost human, but stylized in a way that it's not Uncanny Valley. Someone used a Bratz doll, a literal Bratz doll, to bypass the age verification. There's no way. Also, as a side note, it does say at the end that your age info doesn't match, which makes it think, okay, wait a minute. Maybe this is like, maybe the Bratz doll got rejected, right? That just means that whatever age is estimated the Bratz doll to be doesn't match what the user's age was prior to the check, so the point still stands. I just think it's absolutely insane that this AI thought a plastic doll of a Bratz figure with lips the size of Kim Kardashian apparently is a human. So another hard-hitting question that is asked against our beloved Roblox CEO is, okay, you want to like protect children on your platform? That's good. But why did it take you 20 years to do so?
For most of Roblox's history, though, the anonymous adult could talk to any anonymous minor.
From day one, really focused very heavily on quality of text filtering. And if anything, we've had very, very historically restrictive text filtering over time. One of the biggest complaints of communication on the platform, like with AI, these filters have gotten better and better.
Now, his response is interesting. Do you remember in Skyrim how you learned a dragon shout that would cause paralysis to everyone it affected? That is exactly what David is trying to do here. He is doing so much corporate speak, saying that they give their best, that you kind of just zone out and you start scrolling on TikTok. I would like to make a quick correction. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in judgment. A shout in Skyrim that causes paralysis is not actually in the game at all. It's a mod called Shouts and Spells. I am very sorry about that, and I will do better. I can't wait to spend 8 hours installing Skyrim mods just to play the game for 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, Todd. But again, it's like, you know, you can use all the Corpo, Garbo, Cyberpunk 2077 skill checks all you want, but Roblox has never had a solid track record. I'm not giving Roblox an out in any way. If you have millions and millions of people on your platform, unfortunately, some of them will slip through the cracks. But again, at the same time, you're boasting this technology that's going to change everything, but already it's proven to be absolutely broken. And also, you've had people in the community report people multiple times from different accounts, and still absolutely nothing has been done. There's a difference between a few terrible people slipping through the cracks between millions, and then also the fact that the company just basically goes, he only got 100 reports, I'll wait until he gets 500. Like, this age verification system is so bad that there are people that are put into a completely incorrect age bracket entirely and then locked out of adult spaces. Like, there's a post here on Reddit of someone saying that they're 21, and they estimated that their age was 13. Wow, imagine the situation if someone who wanted to purposely, as an adult, be in underage spaces for malicious reasons. Curious. So at this point in the interview, the host's questions and the CEO's responses, they're diverging a lot. You know, the whole meme of like the very happy Disney castle and then the hell castle on the hill. They try to talk about tech in a bigger light. You know, for example, the fact that tech companies, they overpromise, they're growing way too fast. And then usually they do this very crafty thing of only waiting to be called out by, let's say, journalism or the government before they go, I was such a silly goose. I'm sorry. It's just really infuriating that Roblox never seems to actually acknowledge its past issues. It's just like, oh, no, wait, don't talk about that. We've got this thing coming. This bit of AI face scanning. Dude, I got this like Gudetama mug. There is like a 50% chance that the AI face verification tool on Roblox will think that this is an actual human. Now, back in my Schlepp video, I did actually talk about how Roblox tends to respond harshly to people who, you know, expose failures, rather than addressing the failures themselves. And Roblox, obviously, because it's a public company that you can now invest in, if a YouTuber makes a video exposing an issue, a huge problem with the platform that is systemic, they'd rather go, oh, I hope the shareholders don't see this. I'm gonna ban him. I'm pressing the ban button now. And the interview really just only gets more awkward from here.
Roblox is kind of, where go to find kids, but then they
I would say in the lawsuit or the press, yes, I would categorically reject the actual description of what you're saying. But
you don't think you have a problem with on the platform?
I think we're doing an incredible job at innovating relative to the number of people on our platform.
The way the CEO answers is just... it's beyond jarring. He's almost like blaming headlines for being sensationalized. Like, oh yeah, if you read the papers, that's what they're gonna say. But like, we're actually doing better, So there's this really awkward back and forth, and this is where everything got really tense. They were obviously, treading a line before, but this has crossed it. The host asks why David directly denied a claim made by a research firm last year.
The Roblox was, quote, compromising child safety in order to report growth to investors. There had been a decline in your spending on trust and safety. You have denied that. Why? What did they have wrong?
So fun. Let's keep going down this. And so first off, Hindenburg's no longer in existence, correct? So you should report on that.
His visceral reaction is really telling. He's just absolutely molding here. It's like, yeah, well, that company went out of business. So, yeah, that means they were wrong, right? Now, I have no idea why this company, Hindenburg, went out of business. But in my imagination, which is purely fictional and nothing to do with real life, I like to imagine the Roblox company went to the head of the company's house and basically recreated Felina from Breaking Bad with the laser pens. But instead of laser pens, it was silent sniper rifles with a red dot sight. And then he also tries to catch the host in a bizarre gotcha moment, but it's clear that he's the one that's the most pressed here.
And say we figured out the best way to do that is to do it with better and better AI models. Would you pick that?
Yeah.
Good. So you're aligning with what we did. High five.
But I've also been covering social networks.
Thank you for supporting our Roblox decision matrix.
I also remember 15 years ago.
I'm so glad you guys are aligned with the way we won Roblox.
It's so bizarre how he tries to spin it, basically making it out that the interviewer is a bad person for even talking about, such scary topics.
I came here because I love your podcast and came to talk about everything. So if our PR people said, let's talk about age gating for an hour, I'm up for it. But I love your I thought I came here to talk about everything.
This is where I think the mask slips a little bit, because David basically says, I only came on this podcast because I like you. I like you. Now, this absolutely abhorrently painful exchange, it went on for like another 10 minutes at least. And it was really obvious the interview diverted a lot further from what he was expecting. Honestly, I imagined he would come on, basically shill how amazing AI is, and then leave. They do those press interviews with people and they ask really softball questions, and it really is just to promote the film that they're in. Like, for example, with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo in the brand new Wicked film. Even though the press interviews, they both look like they're about to burst into tears every 5 seconds. It is very strange. But the final nail in the coffin is when they actually talk about Polymarket, which is a gambling website where people put down like, $10,000 betting that, John Marston is going to win the next Texas election.
Would you ever put a prediction market inside Roblox? Like let kids bet with their Robux and say, I bet he's going to steal a tung 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 sahur.
Or I bet he's not going to dress to impress.
Yeah.
Every single country in the world has different legislation around loot boxes and kid gambling. Mm-hmm. And so we would have to be, it sounds very fun and obvious. Like I love that.
Oh, to be clear, I think this is a horrible idea. I was just interested if you were thinking about it.
Well, I actually think it's a brilliant idea.
I think Polymarket would be based, actually. That shows how deeply unserious this company is. The thing is, after listening to that interview, it's very obvious that Roblox do not want to acknowledge the narrative. They want to shape it so it fits them. They want to come out as the good company that never did anything wrong. And I think a perfect way to end this video is a speech that General Shepard had in the original Modern Warfare 2.
History is written by the victor. History is filled with liars. His truth becomes written, and ours is lost.